Let's hop right in. We're gonna start by challenging rotation to the left. So how's that gonna work? We're gonna first just put one on our right shoulder, bring it around the back, bring it around the back with enough tension here. Boom. Now you have resistance. It's pulling you to the right, and we need to turn to the left. So to start, we're gonna turn to the left and really bring the shoulder forward. You're pressing the shoulder forward into what we call protraction. And after you've done that, you're gonna slowly turn back, but keep the shoulder wide. The whole point of this is we wanna get the shoulder set from it's being pulled back. We don't want it to be too pinched here. We wanna keep it wide. So by turning to the left, we can get a lot of length here. Turning to the side and really lengthening there, we can get length, and then we can slowly come back while staying wide. And then we're just gonna practice breathing into the ribs. As we breathe into the ribs, we maintain tension in the core. And we're slowly just gonna turn to the left with the inhale. If I'm turning to the left, I wanna feel the right side of my ribs open. One more time. At any stage in the video, if you're feeling really good sensations, just pause and breathe with where you're at and work in that range. But we're gonna add now the next layer, which is this wrap. So put it on the left shoulder. Now we still want to challenge turning to the left. So from the left shoulder, it's gonna come to the front, to the right hip. Now I have two bands, both challenging my rotation to the left. Once again, now with this extra rotation, we're just gonna stand and breathe, just standing here, because even just standing here, we still have to resist rotation. So we're gonna start breathing now. About 8 more seconds. Now that we have both bands on, similar to the right shoulder, how we had to make sure it was wide enough, well, this is the opposite thing. This is being pulled. It's all automatically being lengthened. So we have to make sure we rotate it, pull it back enough. So you can use both shoulders. Since these are both pulling us naturally to the right, I can pull back with my left shoulder and push forward with my right shoulder to help tug on the obliques, and get it into the core. And then we're just breathing with all that tension on our system. You'll notice I'm doing tiny adjustments here. Like sometimes you gotta lean a little bit this way, or you'll lean a little bit this way to find those areas of your ribs that don't want to open up. Your awareness will grow as you do this. For me, my left side's very compressed, so I love breathing into that left side. As you wake things up and get stronger, you can start turning. So you'll inhale. And turn. Now, you watching this may say, you barely turned a degree or 2 degrees. Yes, subtle to the eye, but it's major to tissue that's stuck. So you have to be able to not rush the process and let the inhale guide how much you turn. Because if you just force the turn, you will bypass tissue that's stuck, and that defeats the purpose. Sometimes it's enough just to think about turning in a certain direction and engage a tissue to turn, but not so much that it actually turns you, but kind of where you just get right up to the threshold of turning, and that is enough resistance for this tissue, which will probably be weak, to get activated. We mentioned the shoulders you can think about to help with the turning, and then there's also the ribs and hips. So I can think about turning my hips to the left and my hips to the right, like squeezing out a towel. And that gets a lot of sensations and rippage in my left side, which is the kind of sensations you're looking for somewhere. All right, let's do the next side. So for me, the last wrap direction, I noticed it was easiest for me to start neutral, whereas with these, I can feel that if I turn to the left and start there, I still get a better stretch. So you have to pay attention, kind of put yourself in the different positions and see what works for yourself. So let's do some breathing here. Sometimes you need to breathe into the ribs, and other times you need to breathe into the stomach, sometimes the side ribs, sometimes the upper ribs. All things you have to explore. You'll notice over the course of about 10 breaths, I have turned from being to the left, turned about a good 10, 15 degrees to right here. Awesome. There you go, guys. See you in the next one.